Hi, it's the City Girl Gardener here. I'd like to share with you today one of the ways to ensure or to improve your chances of a great garden, and that's by knowing how to select seeds. To know that you are selecting the seed that is appropriate for the season that you're growing in. There are a couple of things that I live by, and that is I look for seeds that are non-GMO products. I look for seeds that are certified by the USDA. I look for seeds that indicate that the season that the item or the plant should be grown in. And I brought a couple of samples for you to look at. As you can see on this package, this package of chard, you see here it says that it is frost tolerant. It matures in 52 days. You can sow either in early spring or late summer. That's important, because you need to know when to sow this, sow meaning to put it into the ground, and then you need to know what to look for once you put it into the ground. On the back of your package, or most packages, you'll see the days to emerge. That means when that seed germinates and it starts showing, it should look like this, and this is how many days you should expect for it to germinate. If you see this and know that it's supposed to germinate within 5 to 10 days, you should look for a little seeding between that time. And I'll show you one quick example of that. You see this little seeding here? This is 10 days of germinating for this collard green seed. If this is a healthy seed, it should grow within those 5 to 10 days and should look like this. If after 10 days that plant you have not seen anything come above the soil, it is very likely that those are old seeds. If it's an old seed and it doesn't germinate and you still have the package, you have your receipt, you can generally take it back to the supply company, whether it's a garden supply or a feed store or wherever. You can take it back and they will usually exchange it out when you tell them, I planted, it's been 10 days or it's been 13 days or whatever, and I still don't see, nothing has emerged. They know that, okay, maybe that was an older pack of seeds. Seeds have to be fresh. And if they're fresh, they will do what it says it will do on the package. And most of the time, they will exchange it for you, no problem. Now, I don't advocate you having seeds for a year, and if you try it and it doesn't work, you want to take it back. But if these are new seeds and you've just purchased them and you followed the instructions on here, then the germination cycle should be from 5 to 10 days. And the other thing is you have to look for the spacing on how you should plant it. As you can see here, it says 2 seeds every 8 inches. So this chart, you put 2 seeds in for every 8 inches, and that lets you know that when it grows, it needs about 8 inches of space between the plant and the next plant. The next thing you should look for is when to thin it, because if you put 2 seeds in and 2 seeds grow in the same space, you need to know when to take that seed out, one of those plants out, and move it to another location. As I mentioned to you, I look for things that are non-GMO certified. That means it's not a genetically modified seed. If it is non-GMO certified, that means that there were no chemicals put on here on this seed. The other thing that we look for is, we look for things that are USDA certified. As you look right here, this says that this package of seed has been certified by the USDA. And that is really, really important, because that means they certified it as organic. And you want to grow food that has not been modified or that has not been preserved and has been certified by a certifying agency, USDA. And right now, that's really kind of all we have to rely on these certifications and these indications of how the seeds were grown. The other thing you should look for too is, what season should I plant this in? Most packages will say cool season or warm season. It'll let you know, don't plant this in the summertime, or don't plant this in the spring to be grown in the summer. That means it's too hot for it. Oftentimes, the big box stores at the end of a season will make a donation to say a urban garden or a community garden or a school garden. They'll come and donate all of these plants. At least this happened, I know, in the past, and maybe we've grown past that. But it almost, they'll bring cabbage to you in the spring in Houston, Texas, knowing that it's too hot to start trying to grow cabbages. And so they will actually be donating you something that you're almost guaranteed that it's not going to work. Now, hopefully they've gotten away from that and they are donating plants in the right season. But if you see some plants on sale at the end of the season, don't waste your money. Don't invest in those plants knowing that they're already past their season. Now, there's one other thing that is important, and let me see if I have one here. I don't have one here, but the other thing that is important is a lot of your packages will have on the back of it what season, what zone that it is that this plant will grow in. For an example, in Houston, we're in zone 9. I know that in zone 9, for growing for growing vegetables in the fall, there are certain vegetables that will grow here. The ones that require a colder weather in the fall, that's in a zone above us, and I don't try to grow it here. For an example, in Texas, at this time of year, growing peppers, starting to grow peppers or tomatoes late in the season, this in October, the chances of it surviving are less than if you planted collard greens or mustard greens or broccoli and cabbage, because in zone 9 and this time of year, this is when they are most productive. So read your packages, read the instructions, follow the instructions, and you're much more likely to have a successful garden. So I thought I'd share that with you because I do want you to grow good, healthy plants. I want them to be good for your body, and that's why I thought I'd bring this to you. That's City Girl Gardener. I'll see you on the next outtake.